Have you ever wondered if Texas border walls were really making a difference? Where were they built? Have they caused any real problems? And will there be more walls in the future? This documentary looks at these issues, arrives at some interesting conclusions, and encourages you to take action. In Texas, the now familiar border walls have become part of the landscape in communities from El Paso to Brownsville. They cover approximately 100 miles of Texas land, which is about 8% of the Texas land border with Mexico. Most current walls were built between 2008 and 2010. Specifically, where the walls were built, however, has generated some controversy. Some landowners managed to avoid having walls built on their property, while others were forced by U.S. Border Control to give up land. This resulted in relative winners and losers. At the community level, there has also been disagreement about whether the walls are making a difference in reducing drugs and violence coming in from Mexico. Some say yes, like El Paso Chief of Police Greg Allen. In a recent ABC News story, he said El Paso has experienced a real reduction in border-related drugs and violence, a greater reduction than what the public might perceive. Others, however, disagree with this, as explained by UTEP professor Sherry Lewis in a recent interview. She explained how people determined enough can just go over, under, around, or even blow a hole through the wall. These types of breaches have been confirmed over and over by various news agencies and by the Border Control itself, including former Border Control Chief Michael Chertoff, who said that ladders, tunnels, and wall breaches were real issues and that fences alone would not secure the border. At the national level, the debate has generally centered on whether walls are actually reducing undocumented migration. The immediate relevance of all these issues to Texas is that 92% of the Texas border is still not walled, which represents the majority of the remaining open U.S. border. So, will more walls help? Not likely. And more than this, walls divide people and send a message of not welcome to Mexico. Migrants built this country, and Mexico has played a vital part in this for a very long time.
It is a shame because it becomes a symbol for those who want to pander to those racists out there and to those people who are looking for an issue in immigration that has nothing to do with making our border safer. It has nothing to do with keeping out terrorists, because if it did, there'd be a wall between here and Canada.
My name is Elizabeth Stevens. I teach high school in Brownsville, Texas, and I'm against the wall because it's medieval and because I know as a society that we have better, more dignified, more loving ways to solve our problems.
My name is John Moore. I teach middle school in Brownsville, Texas, and I'm against the wall because I'm against segregation and I refuse to treat Mexico like an enemy.
Happening now, maybe call it the border surge. Two Republican senators hoping that a plan to boost border security with double the agents, a 700-mile fence, and the use of drones will push a bipartisan bill on immigration across the finish line in the Senate and also garner the support needed in the Republican-controlled House of Representatives.
I think that this legislation should reassure anyone who is concerned about a lack of security on the border.
Told we don't need more boots, we need technology. Now, I find, to my shock and amazement, the distinguished senior senator from Arizona say we need 20,000 more Border Patrol.
Cornyn supports amendments to Senate Bill 744 for 100% situational awareness of the border, for 90% apprehension rates, for grants for more state control of law enforcement, and for 10,000 more Border Patrol and Customs officers. He also is pushing for reductions of wait time by 50% at ports of entry. But He is not clear on fences and walls. For this reason, he needs to hear from you.
Jay Johnson Castro, good morning. Opposed to the wall, many reasons. It's an insult to our culture, our country. It's an insult to our beliefs and our value systems. I do not want to see a wall left to the next generations to have to tear down.